Harold Respicio presiding.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. This session is called to order. Mrs. Kuturan, kindly lead the prayer, please.
Let us all pray. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Ama namin makapangyarihan sa lahat, kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa inyo sa araw na ito dahil nakarating po kami ng ligtas at makadalo sa aming session. Bigyan mo po kaming lahat ng talino na makapagpasya ng tama, pantay at hindi para sa sariling kapakanan, kundi sa kaikabuti ng aming bayan. I-guide niyo po kami upang magpaksang aming mapag-usapan ngayon. Tulungan niyo po kaming magkaisa upang maibigay namin ang mga serbisyo at tulong o kailangan ng aming kapwa na may kasamang pagmamahal at pagmamalasakit. Patawarin niyo po kami sa mga pagkakamali na aming nagawa. At salamat po sa lahat ng blessing niyo. Ang lahat, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please join the national anthem, please.
The rolls, please, Mr. Secretary.
The Honorable Paulo Aradun. The Honorable Arnold M. Barangan. The Honorable Hilaria Hitaran. The Honorable Edwin M. Esteban. The Honorable Albino Contapay. The Honorable Domingo P. Bawa Jr. The Honorable Salvador Apostol III. The Honorable Heribert Galabay. The Honorable Rodrigo V. Pascual. And the Honorable Andre Dominic Mohangin. Not around. With the majority of the members of the Sangguniang Bayan who are present for today's session, I hereby certify the presence of quorum, Mr. Presiding.
Good morning, our presiding officer and august members of this body. As we move on to our session, I move that we dispense with the reading of the journal of the previous minutes, Mr. Chair.
No objections?
Thank you so much. Let us now move on to our privilege hour. Mr. Presiding Officer, the Honorable Gentleman Heribert B. Galabay would like to seek the floor.
Go ahead, sir.
Honorable Presiding Officer, distinguished colleagues in this august body, mga minamahal na kababayan ng Reyna Mercedes, isang maganda at mapagpalang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Mr. Chair, this humble representation wishes to express our deepest gratitude and appreciation for the invaluable support extended to our municipality by our very own legislative to Congressman the Honorable Ed Christopher Esco. Recently, through his genuine concern for the welfare of our people, Congressman Go turned over 10 units of Toyota Hiace rescue vehicles for the 10 barangays of our municipality. Present during the historic turnover were our ever-dedicated local executive, Honorable Mayor Attorney Maria Lourdes Respicio Santuban, together with the Sangguniang Bayan members and barangay officials. With these rescue vehicles, our barangay board and equipped to respond to emergencies, disasters, and urgent medical needs. These rescue vehicles can also bring our constituents undergoing dialysis to their treatment centers in various community activities. Ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, these vehicles will save lives, uplift communities, and make our barangays more responsible. At may isa pa pong magandang balita, Mr. Chair. Ayon sa ating mahal na congressman, may nakalaan pang karagdagan ng 10 units rescue vehicles na ipagkakaloob para sa natitirang 10 barangays ng Red Mercedes. Ibig sabihin ito, ang lahat ng barangay sa ating bayan ay magkakaroon ng sariling rescue vehicle. Isang napakahalagang tulong upang mapatatag ang kakayanan ng ating mga barangay at tugunan ang pangangailangan ng ating mga kababayan. Truly, this act of generosity of Congressman Go elevates the standard of public service in our municipality. It strengthens the capacity of our barangays to serve and care and even protect for our constituents, especially the poor, the sick, and the vulnerable. In behalf of the people of Red Mercedes, I join this body in extending our heartfelt thanks to Congressman Ed Christopher Esco. We also commend Mayor Manu Respicio Saguban and his Honorable Council for the unwavering support programs that uplift our communities. Once again, let us recognize the noble contribution that we will benefit generations of Mercedelians. May this inspire us to continue working with the same passion and dedication for the greater good of our beloved municipality. Thank you, Mr. Chair. At magandang umaga po muli, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Councilor Galabay of District 1, Red Mercedes, Isabela. And if I may be recognized, Mr. Chair, I would just like to manifest also that we are lucky to have received 10 units of rescue vehicles for the 10 chosen barangays of Red Mercedes. Nakita ko rin po dito ang kahalagahan for the barangay officials, especially those rescue teams in the barangay level, to undergo further training, to further capacitate them on how to properly handle patients na inadala po sa kung saan mandadalhin using the rescue vehicles. Alam ko po, ang mga barangay officials po natin are already capacitated with trainings on basic life support, and cardiopulmonary resuscitation. At alam ko rin na nakadalawang beses na po tayo ng trainings for BLS and CPR. At siguro sa handling na lang po ng mga patients going to and from hospitals or kung saan man po emergency na maaaring pagdalhan ng mga pasyente po natin. And I would like to suggest also the leader ng mga barangay to continuously coordinate with the Local Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office for enhancement training ng aming mga rescue teams down from the barangay po, Mr. Chair.
Alright, thank you so much. Mr. Galabay, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In line with my privilege speech delivered earlier, I respectfully move for the adoption of a resolution of appreciation expressing the sincere gratitude of the municipality of Red Mercedes to the District Congressman Honorable Ed Christopher Esco for his generous donation of 10 units of Toyota Light-Base rescue vehicle to our municipality. And Mr. Chair, I already have the draft resolution ready for this consideration, Mr. Chair.
Alright, if you would read that resolution, please, so that we can put it to vote. Do we have a copy in front of us? Before we vote on this resolution, meron po ba sa atin na gusto mag-express ng kanilang personal gratitude? And Christopher Go sa kanilang magbigay ng 10 rescue vehicles sa ating mga barangay. So any gift po from anyone na nag-benefit ang mga citizens ng Red Mercedes, kami po ay nagpapasalamat. And I'm sure tayo po ay tinatanggap ko yun with gratitude. Thank you so much. Congressman Ed Christopher Go. Alright, meron pong resolution upang masalamatan si Honorable Congressman Ed Christopher Go sa kanyang pag-donate ng rescue vehicles sa 10 barangay ng Reyna Mercedes in the hopes na mag-donate pa siya ng mas marami at iba pang bagay sa ating bayan. Alright? May kami na po lahat ng mga miyembro ng ating kinakaban? Opo. Lahat po ng gustong ipasa ang resolution na ito, masabi ko na ay. Alright, lahat ng may ayaw ipasa ang gratitude na ito, masabing nay. Wala po. Lahat po kami ay nagpapasalamat at nag-express ng extreme sincere gratitude kay Ed Christopher Esco at ang resolution na ito ay pumasa po sa sanggunian ng Reyna Mercedes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Presiding Officer, and congratulations, Honorable Henry Ginabay, for the successful passings of the ordinance. And we're looking forward for more donations coming from the Honorable Congressman Ed Christopher Esco. No more members of the body would like to appeal on the privilege hour. Mr. Chair, I move that we close the privilege hour.
Go on ahead with the next matter, sir.
So we move on, we shall now proceed to the committee reports. And the Committee on Civil Society Organizations, chaired by the Honorable Albino Muntapay, would like to take the floor and deliver his report, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Good morning po sa ating lahat, especially nating Vice Mayor, Panginoon Justicio. The committee report on a civil society organization. Pursuant to the mandate of the Local Government Code of 1991 and in accordance with the guidelines prescribed under the Department of Interior and Local Government, DILG, Memorandum Circular on the Accreditation of Civil Society Organization, CSO. The Committee on Civil Society Organization conducted a committee hearing to evaluate the application for accreditation of CSO in the municipality of Reyna Mercedes. The hearing was attended by the members of the Committee on Civil Society Organization, representative of the Sangguniang Bayan, in the duly authorized representative of the CSO applying for accreditation. A total of 10 civil society organizations presented themselves before the committee. Each CSO representative introduced their organization, its advocacies, and their intention to participate in the local governance by becoming members of the local special bodies of the municipality. Same CSO were not able to fully comply with the documentary requirements. During the hearing, however, said organization committed to submit the lacking requirements to the Sangguniang Bayan for compliance. The accreditation process was conducted in strict adherence to guidelines set forth under the relevant DILG Memorandum Circular prescribing the rules and procedures for CSO accreditation. The committee find the CSO who have complied with all the requirements have sufficiently established their legitimacy and capacity to participate in the affair of the municipality. CSO with incomplete submission should be given opportunity to comply within the prescribed period. In view of the foregoing, the Committee on Civil Society Organization respectfully recommend the following. The passage of an ordinance approving the accreditation of CSO that have complied with the requirements under the DILG guidelines. The Sangguniang Bayan shall allow CSO with incomplete requirements to submit the same within the compliance period for final action is taken on their accreditation. That accreditation says on the furnish copies of the ordinance for their guidance and participation in the local special bodies of the municipality of Reina Mercedes. Chairman of Committee Civil Society Organization, the committee member, Honorable Asmi Apostol, and Honorable Herbert Galabay. That's all, Mr. Chairman. I will salute.
Thank you very much, Honorable Albino Montapay, the Committee Chair on Civil Society Organizations. We move on to another committee report rendered by the Committee on Agriculture jointly with the Committee on Health and Environment. Mr. Chair, if I may be recognized. Committee report of the Committee on Laws and Ordinances, Environment, Agriculture, and Health regarding the inquiry on environmental and sanitation concerns of a piggery operation around the boundary of Barangay Lampang Grande and Turod, Reina Mercedes, Isabela. The Sangguniang Bayan conducted a committee hearing to inquire on the environmental and sanitation concerns arising from the piggery operation of CP Foods located around the boundary of Lampang Grande and Turod. The hearing sought to clarify issues on land classification, issuance of clearances and permits, sanitation and compliance with existing regulations. During the committee hearing, the provincial assessor confirmed that the land owned by Mr. Manuel Santos was reclassified from agricultural to agro-industrial based on the inspection and assessment conducted by the municipal assessor. She clarified, however, that such reclassification was limited for taxation purposes only and not for land use conversion. The zoning officer explained that the business zoning clearance was issued to CP Foods on the presumption that the farm has been operating in the same type of business. She also admitted, however, that her office failed to conduct an on-site inspection and to verify the actual land classification prior to the issuance of clearance. The rural sanitation inspector also admitted that the sanitation clearance was issued to CP Foods, but monitoring and inspection were not conducted as scheduled. Meanwhile, the Assistant Vice President of CP Foods acknowledged the issues raised, which include sanitation, environmental concerns, nuisance, polling procedures, and parking area concerns. He expressed a sincere apology and committed that the company will fully comply with regulations and will undertake regular cleaning and disinfection within the premises. The BPLO, or the Business Processing and Licensing Office, admitted that the issuance of the business permit was based on the clearances presented by the applicant without validating the authenticity and sufficiency of the said clearances. Mr. Santos expressed disappointment with the procedures of the Sangguniang Bayan in conducting the investigation and hearing, and the Vice Mayor clarified that the procedures of the Sangguniang Bayan were properly observed and emphasized that the Council's commitment to uphold due process and order in its proceedings. The committee hereby finds the following: that there were lapses in the inspection and monitoring responsibilities of concerned offices, particularly the zoning office, the rural sanitation inspector, and the BPLO. The reclassification issued by the provincial assessor pertains only to taxation and does not equate to an approved land use conversion. That the CP Foods has recognized the deficiencies in its operations and compliances and expressed willingness to address the concerns raised by the community and the council. The committee hereby recommends that regular inspection and monitoring be conducted by a composite team led by the rural sanitation inspector to ensure the cleanliness, orderliness, and compliance with the piggery operation with health and environmental standards. That the CP Foods be directed to strictly observe proper parking of trucks to avoid obstruction of traffic flow and prevent possible accidents involving motorists and pedestrians. that the concerned offices, which include the zoning office, the rural sanitation office, the BPLO, and the assessor's office, shall strictly observe proper procedures before issuing clearances or permits and take into account the initial findings of the committees for their appropriate actions. And finally, that the city foods be directed to submit a compliance plan detailing measures to address the sanitation, environmental, and nuisance concerns raised during the hearing, subject to review by the concerned offices. Respectfully submitted by the Committee Chair on Health, yours truly, the Committee Chair on Environment, Herbert R. Galabay, and the Committee Chair on Laws and Ordinances, the Honorable Paulo R. Antonio, Sir Chair.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Honorable Tony Apostol, head ng Committee ng Kalusugan. Maraming salamat sa napaka-accurate ng report mo, sir. Meron bang gusto mong sabihin? Okay na po ba ang ating kinatawag po sa rekomendasyon na sinabi ng report na iyon? Or meron pa po ba kayong gustong hakbang na gawin matapos ang ating mga committee hearings? Gusto nyo bang magpasa ng batas o okay na yung mga rekomendasyon na sinabi? May mga plano ba tayo meron? Mr. Galaway, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Presiding Officer, in light of the foregoing of the committee report delivered by Honorable Apostol, I respectfully move that this August body, in aid of legislation, adopt and approve the resolution adopting the committee report of the Committee on Health, Sanitation, and Environmental Protection and laws and ordinances involving the beginning operations of city foods in our municipality. And Mr. Chair, I already have the drafted resolution taking for this month's consideration, Mr. Chair.
Alright, patingin po.
I request the Secretary to furnish copies of the proposed resolution to all members of this August body.
Any comment po mula sa body tungkol sa committee report? Wala po. So, in summary po, para lang lumalabas ay sapat naman yung mga regulations na meron tayo na nag-cover ng mga activities na tinukoy. Kaso nga lang ang mga pagkukulang ay pagkukulang sa pagsunod ng mga batas na yun. So, as far as this body is concerned, kung magpapasama tayo ng batas para mas mataigi o hindi na maulit yung bagay na yun para hindi na applicable yan. Kasi parang nakikita natin na ang root problem ay hindi nasunod yung tamang mga regulasyon. Kaya ang rekomendasyon lamang dun sa committee report ay sundin natin kung ano yung tamang proseso. At yun yung gustong gawin ni Mr. Galabay sa ating resolution na i-adapt natin yung mga recommendation na yun at meron siyang epekto na sabihan ang lahat ng ahensya ng ating local government, including the executive department, na next time ayusin natin and yung inspections mangyari regularly. Meron po bang balita tungkol sa mga inspection na ginawa? Meron na bang nagawang inspection?
Mr. Chair, actually the BPLO office spearheaded a surprise inspection sa area po. As of the moment po, hinihintay po natin yung kanilang report na makarnisan po ang Office of the Sangguniang Bayan for our information, Mr. Chair. Hopefully within this week, Mr. Chair, makarnisan tayo ng report ng kanilang surprise inspection last week.
Alright. So may pe-present din natin dito sa session yung report na yun?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Meron ka bang preview? Para ma-excite kami. Kung ano naman doon, wala.
Ayaw ko mag-spill na. Just wait until I have the copy of the report with me, Mr. Chair, para sabay-sabay po tayo ma-surprise. Whatever, kung ano po ang kinalaman ng report na yun, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so parang masilip ko yung laman ng report na yun, or magiging laman ng report na yun, parang na-isolate natin yung source ng amoy. Kasi parang open yung tapunan ng feces ng baboy at saka urine. So hindi angkop yun sa regulations. Imagine mo kung 100 na baboy, o mahigit pa araw-araw. At isang araw, ilang beses dumumi yung mga yun? 3, 2, tapos itatapon mo sa isang open pit, walang takip, tabako lang. Imagine mo yung amoy na lalabas doon. Kapag nakita yun ng mga tamang opisyal sa munisipyo, pwedeng basis yun ay ipasara eh. Pag nakita yun ng mas mataas na opisyal sa regional o provincial, pwedeng ipasara yun eh. O tignan natin sa report. Kung by that time ng report, ay mapapasara yun. At nakakalungkot na yun talaga yung dahilan ay hindi yun yung isa sa mga solusyon na sinadjust ng CP Foods. Ang sabi niya, puro probiotic lang sa sasakyan at saka sa mga accommodation ng mga baboy. Hindi niya in-acknowledge at all or binanggit or any solution at all pagdating sa open pit na tapunan ng feces, fecal matter at saka urine at mga waste ng mga baboy. I think yun yung singular na cause ng trouble sa community. Well, anyway, huwag natin pakulaan yun. Abangan natin yung record in the following.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Bawa, sir, use the mic, please.
Good morning, lahat. So I think in the nasa ng proponent, yung kung nag-schedule ang pag-inspect dun sa surface degree, para sa akin, para makita kung talagang malinis at hindi mamumoy at may baka. Nasa tamang dapat pag-argumenta. So makasuggest na lang po ako dito sa opisina natin. Doon sa inspection team na weekly ginaganap yung pag-inspect doon sa piggery para mag-check natin, check and balance natin kung tama yung mga ginagawa na proseso na rin-recommenda nila.
Okay po. Thank you so much, Mr. Honorable Bawa.
Mr. Chair, if I may just to add something pa, when waiting for the proposal of Honorable Herbert Kilabay para sa isang resolution, I think it's about time, Mr. Chair, that we pass an ordinance to institutionalize po yung ating health and sanitation code in the municipality of Reynosa Mercedes para mas strengthen pa natin yung ating implementation ng mga patakaran po natin dito sa Reynosa Mercedes. We still don't have the health and sanitation code, Mr. Chair. Plus, the environmental code in compliance with the ecological solid waste management at saka sa ating energy Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act, to include na rin doon sa environmental code natin. Alam ko medyo mahirap-hirap ng trabaho ito, but kung mag-focus lang tayo at pagtutulungan natin lahat, makakatapos tayo nito.
Alright, maraming salamat. O, yan po ay panawagan mula sa ating valedictorian sa lahat ng members ng ating body na magkaroon tayo ng same diligence as ng ating valedictorian. Kapag ginawa natin yun, kasi pag tayo magsulat at mag-propose ng mga resolution, magagawa natin lahat ng mga bagay na yan. Kasi pag yung Mr. Tony Apostol, araw-araw dito yan. Nag-aaral parati at nagsusulat ng mga resolution at ordinance.
Sulatan lang letters.
Okay. Basahin na natin para sa unang reading itong resolution at kung gusto nyo i-dispense yung rules, gawin niyo po yung mga naralaman na mo. Go ahead.
Mr. Bill, we are proposing a resolution
na nakapas po sa ating screen ngayon. Then, I move to kailangan pang basahin lahat ng mga isa floor leaders yung content ng ating reso.
Kung gusto niyo pong ipasa ngayong araw na ito, yung resolution na ito, mag-motion na lang po ngayon na i-suspend yung ating IRB with respect to readings and i-move nyo na immediately pagpuntokan na natin kahit hindi na po basahin.
Mr. Chair, I move that we dispense with the three-reading rule of the internal rules of procedure of the Municipal Assembly of Bayan of Mercedes.
May second release po siya.
Opo, yung motion po na yun ay para i-suspend ang ating internal rules of procedures with respect to three readings and other related provisions ng ating internal rules of procedure for purposes na ipasa kaagad ang resolution na ito at mapagputukan ng agad-agad. Any objection po sa motion na yun? Wala po. Ang ating rules ay suspended insofar as these matters are concerned. Sa lahat po ng gusto ipasa ang resolution na ito, pakisabi po ay.
Aye.
Lahat po na may ayaw, nay. Wala po. So the ayes have it. Ang resolution na ito ay pumasa sa ating sambuyan.
Thanks so much, Mr. Chair, and once again, congratulations sa Honorable Herbert Pilabay for another successful passage of a resolution. Moving on.
Bago pa tayo mag-proceed, konting motion lang po para ibalik natin yung internal rules of procedures dahil nasuspend natin.
Mr. Chair, I move that we leave the suspension of the three-reading rule and other rules of the internal rules of procedure.
Alright, ang internal rules of procedure ay may motion na ibalik na mag-operate as normally. Any second? Second motion. Alright, no objections? Any?
May, Mr. Presiding Officer, may I move that the Secretary be directed to read the referral of proposed measures and ordinances or letters, memorials, and other communications received by the Office of the Sanggunian.
Yes, Mr. President. The Office of Secretary received from the Office of the Budget Office of the Department of the Mercedes addressed to Attorney Jerry Harold Pires Bishop, Municipal Vice Mayor, through the Honorable Paul Maratun, the Sangguniang Committee on Application in the Mercedes. Dear Sir, requesting for the review of the plan and budget of the 9 barangays of Municipality of Reyna Mercedes, namely Barangay Bangkero, Dinarsal, Tutog, Grande, Labilang Pequeño, Malalacan Tunggi, San Luco, Santiago, and Turot. For the review of the budget.
Mr. Chair, I'm still presiding. Good morning. Letter referred to us by our Municipal Budget Officer, Ms. Marites P. Lasiste. Mr. Chair, nag-schedule po tayo for committee hearing for this 9 barangay. And may I know kung may mga suggestions po ang ating kasamahan para sa kung paano po natin i-conduct po yung hearing. Yes.
Wala sa atin. Step tier, yung 9 barangays po, hindi ba pwedeng sabay-sabay na lang yung 20 barangays dahil sa review ng budget ng barangay.
Mr. Randon, ano po sa tingin ninyo?
Mr. Presiding, Honorable Cap Pascual, baka hindi po kasi natin matapos sa isang araw yung 20 barangays.
okay lang po kung yung 9 mo na muna. Marito mabuti kung mga budget ng barangay.
Copy that. Unahin po natin kung itong 9 barangays. Pwede na po sa Wednesday po, Mr. President. And Thursday. Kung hindi po matapos ng Wednesday, pwede pong ituloy ng Thursday, Mr. President.
May deadline po ba tayo, sir?
Wala naman po. Pero until October 15 kasi start naman tayo dito sa ating LG water department.
Yep, tama, I support yun. Nasa committee heads na po yun. Ang aking pong personal recommendation na gamitin po natin yung ating Wednesday and Thursday na committee days. Kung maaari, magsimula tayo ng alas 8 hanggang alas 5 kung gusto po ninyo.
Clarification lang pa, presiding, with regard to the invitation to be made. Sabay-sabay na natatapon to, kung may mag-schedule para may mga waiting sa kanila.
Pero oras na lang po. Tama po. Yes. Kung sino po unang nagpasa, sample si Compare. Thank you po.
Alright, any motion para i-reverse ang mga committee ng matter na ito, please.
Mr. Chair, I move that review of the barangay budget be referred to the Committee on Appropriations chaired by the Honorable Paul Warren.
Seconds, please. Alright, any objections? None. That motion is carried.
Siguro, kung papayagan lang ako magsalita, well, anyway po, lahat po ng ating mga barangay budget ay dumaan po sa extensive na formulation workshop. Kasama po ang Local Finance Committee ng munisipyo at kasama si Committee Chair ng Sangguniang Bayan on Appropriations. Nagkaroon ng series of barangay formulation workshop. At isa-isa po, bawat barangay ay nagkakaroon nito at naturuan ng maayos. So hopefully, makakasave tayo ng time pagdating sa ating deliberations and hearings.
Alright.
Okay, we shall now move on to our calendar of business. May I move, Mr. Chair, that the Secretary be directed to proceed with the reference of business, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Presiding, for the calendar of business, for letter A for the activities, we have the first inquiry and sanitation and environmental concern at certain piggery around the boundaries of Barangay Tulot and Lakpakutante. The first honorable
Sir Chair, render naman ang committee report ang tatlong committee regarding this matter, Sir Chair. So I would to archive this matter and wait until the city pools will come up with their solution with the sanitation concern to this matter, Sir Chair.
Alright. Para po sa susunod po, kapag ganito po na meron tayong ganitong mga agenda or items of business, okay lang po kapag automatic mamamatay na lang siya po. Kahit kung sa tingin nyo, huwag na natin i-take up na yung araw na ito, huwag nyo na lang i-include sa calendar of business. Hindi na po kailangan na mag-motion pa para i-archive. So kung baka mamamatay na lang, basta hindi natin siya i-take up. Gusto nyo buhayin, i-include ninyo, sabihin ninyo yung floor leader na i-include nyo yung agenda na yun para makag-usapan po yun. Pero kapag hindi na po natin dito, next time po, sa ating pag-organize, huwag nyo na po ilagay kung wala naman tayo pag-usapan.
Yes, Mr. Chair, kaya nga po, may order because I moved that the Secretary be directed to lead the business for the day and no longer with the unfinished businesses since nakapag-render na po ng mga committee reports ang mga committee chair dito. So, I move once again that the Secretary to proceed with the reference of business for the day.
Yes, Mr. Presiding, for the business for today, before this resolution authorizing the Honorable Municipal Mayor Maria Lourdes Espicio San Luman to to enter and sign into a specific implementation agreement by and between the Department of Social Welfare and Development, represented by its Regional Director, Lucia S. Alan, RSW, and the municipality of the representative for the implementation of the PSWD Sustainable Livelihood Program. The Honorable Paolo Atman.
Mr. Presiding, compliant with the RA 7160 or the local government code that provides for the consultation and coordination with the local government units on any projects implemented by the national government agencies or the NGAs at the local level, a unified memorandum of agreement or the MOA, regional memorandum of agreement or the unified MOA is signed by the Department of Social Welfare and Development Field Office 2 and the local government of Reyna Mercedes. With the purpose under this agreement, the DSWD Field Office 2 and the LGU in Mercedes agreed to jointly execute and implement SLP in the identified. SLP is Sustainable Livelihood Program in the identified areas and mutually carry out the following collaborative activities and commitment for the purpose of the program. First, organization, preparation, and capacity building of identified program participants. Second, facilitation of documentary, administrative, and legislative needs and other requisites to smoothly operate the program in the locality. Third, provision of the necessary support interventions for local or community microenterprise generation and employment facilitation of the program participants. Fourth, provision of direction and guidance to the local program coordinating body that will be created for the purpose of the program. And last, close monitoring of program operations to ensure the sustainability of implemented projects in the localities. With this business, may I motion to pass a resolution authorizing the Honorable Municipal Mayor Attorney Mario Lourdes P. Respicio Saluba to enter and sign into a specific implementation or SIA by and between the Department of Social Welfare and Development or the DSWD represented by its Regional Director Lucia S. Alan, RSW, and the Municipality of Reyna Mercedes for the implementation of the SWD Sustainable Livelihood Program.
I move for a 1 minute suspension, Mr. Chair.
Sige po, para mabasa ng mga miyembro ng sanggunian ang proposed resolution. Magre-resume po tayo ng 11 a.m. Maraming salamat.
Diba? Joe, let's speak.
bago ko natin pagpulungan ito, Mr. Number 1, gusto ko ipaliwanag in layman's terms for the benefit ng public, ano yung purpose ito, ano yung scope, ano yung context ng ating ipapasa na resolution.
Sir Chair, pwede ko basahin ako yung content ko.
Ipaliwanag ko na lang po, mas maganda para sa paraang naiintindihan namin, para ang nakikipag-usap sa amin, nakikipag-usap sa taong bayan, para alam nila kung anong ginagawa natin.
Sure, this is for the MOA with our municipal mayor and the SWD for the specific implementation agreement of the SLP or the Sustainable Livelihood Program. For us, parties will be partner sa SWD to LGU for the yung kanta po ng mga program na for the monitoring ganun po, Mr. Chair, of the program.
In support po, Mr. Chair, sa sinabi ni Committee Chair of Social Services, if the body remembers pa, last time we were able to pass a resolution authorizing the municipal mayor to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the SWD with regards to the Sustainable Livelihood Program of the TSWD. And it was passed by the body. However, nakailangan po ng additional requirement ng DSWD dun sa ating memorandum of agreement with between the LGU. Ito po yung SIA na tinatawag. Ito naman pong SIA natin. Ito na po yung lumalabas na formal agreement between the formal specific agreement between the DSWD at ng LGU partner nito. Because dito po natin makikita, it lays down the roles and responsibilities of both parties when it comes to the utilization and implementation of Sustainable Livelihood Program dito po sa bayan ng Reyna Mercedes. Mas specific lang po ang dating ng agreement na to as compared sa Memorandum of Agreement, which is general in nature.
Alright, thank you so much, Honorable Valedictorian and Honorable Number 1. Mahalaga po na may paliwanag natin sa ating mga kababayan parating yung mga measures na pinapasa natin dito sa body na ito para maintindihan nila kung ano talaga ginagawa natin sa totoong buhay. Hindi yung tayo nagbabasa lamang, boto ng boto, basa ng basa, pero hindi nila alam yung translation sa totoong buhay. Meron bang epekto ito sa kanilang buhay o wala? Para makita nila yung totoong epekto ng ating trabaho para sa kanila. Dahil ang katotohanan po, lahat po na ginagawa ng council natin ay dapat merong actual na epekto sa buhay ng bawat mamaya ng Reyna Mercedes. Kaya mahalaga na sa lahat ng hakbang na ating ginagawa, pinaliwanag natin sa kanila kung ano yung extent ng epekto na ginagawa natin sa kanilang buhay. So, really appreciated ko ang pagpapaliwanag ninyo, Mr. Number 1, Honorable Atun, and Mr. Valedictorian, Honorable Tony Apostol. Any motion po para i-set aside ang ating internal rules of procedures para to do away with 3 reading requirements and other related procedures para po may ipasa na ang resolution ngayong araw din na ito.
So, Presiding, Mr. Floor Leader, motion to suspend the internal rules of procedures.
Motion. Any objections? As many as saying yes para sa magpasa ng resolution na ito, pakisingaw po, ay. Ay. Yung mga may ayaw, pasabi may. Wala po. So the ayes have it. Ang resolution na ito ay ang
Okay na. Of the representative, Honorable Tino Bonnie, Team Church, amounting to 20 million pesos for the funding of key government facilities in the municipality of Greater Mercedes.
Mr. President, we will ask the intent of the letter to our Honorable Faustino Bonnie. May I read this statement? Dear Honorable Speaker D, greetings of peace and good health. The municipality of Reina Mercedes is a new first-class municipality in the province of Isabela as of calendar year 2025. As observed in the previous years, the diversification of economic activity from solely agriculture to commercial and residential is imminent. It is in line with this that we humbly request your assistance for the funding of our key government facilities in the municipality. We request for financial assistance in the total amount of 20 million pesos, be allocated for the following projects. First, multi-purpose building or the evacuation center located at the Barangay Talungan, Reina Mercedes, amounting to 10 million pesos. Second, for the multi-purpose building for the Early Childhood Care Development or the ECCD Center located at the Barangay Bangkero, Reina Mercedes for the amount of 5 million pesos. And the third, Farm to Market Road amounting to 5 million with 600 meters size located in Barangay Daran. These vital projects are necessary to address the gap in the service delivery system of the local government unit of Reina Mercedes down to the barangay and ultimately to our residents. The three identified barangays where these projects will be located are among the densely populated areas in the Reina Mercedes and will have a positive impact to our community services due to the limited financial resources of the municipality. We cannot fund the same using our existing resources. Your help to our municipality will be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for your kind consideration. Very truly yours, Attorney Maria Lourdes Espicio, Saguban, Municipality. With this, Mr. Chair, Mr. Presiding, Honorable Foreign Leader, a resolution. May I pass a resolution respectfully requesting the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Faustino Bonnie, give leader to allocate fund amounting to 20 million pesos for the funding of the key government facilities in the municipality of Reina Mercedes.
Alright, meron bang mensahe yung ilang members ng ating body para kay House Speaker Boji D? Para mapagbigyan niya tayo. And by the way, House Speaker Boji D, congratulations sa pagiging speaker. Bago ni House Speaker Boji D sa TV, pang senator to eh. You're ready, Mr. Galabay. Meron po kayo sasabihin.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Gusto ko lang kung magbigay ng komento dun sa idea nito, Mr. Chair. Yung 20 million, dami 20 million lang yung nire-request natin kay House Speaker, OGP. Sapagkat tayo ay naniniwala, Mr. Chair, na kung malimbawa magdadaan po yung mga request natin kay House Speaker, OGP, ibig sabihin makakakit po tayo sa ating 20% Economic Development Fund ng ating munisipyo na kung saan pwede na po natin gamitin sa mga ibang services, gaya po para ma-cover na po natin itong ating mga senior citizens, yung propose po natin, mabigyan po sila ng kanila pong social pension ng monthly 500 pesos po.
Mr. Presiding, hopefully po mabigyan po tayo, and if ganyan po yung ating propose, titignan po natin Mr. Honorable Galabay po.
Kasi po, Mr. Kel, malaking bagay din po talaga itong makukuha natin yung grant na ibibigay sa atin kung sakali makakuha po ito ng ating pumahal na House Speaker, Faustino Boji III. Malaking bagay po ito para sa ating prinsipyo. Nakikita po natin yung magandang idudulot ito, talagang makakatipid po tayo sa ating 10% Economic Development Fund na kung saan pwede po natin gawin talaga sa mga ibang social services ng ating munisipyo. So sana maliban sa pwede ninyo, magagdagan pa po ni House Speaker itong mga tulong na pagkakaroon niya dito po sa ating munisipyo ng Reynosa. Yun lang po, Mr. J. Maraming po salamat.
Napaganda yung mga kapalubanan ng Honorable Galabay yung sa pinasabasta ng nasa niya total of 20 million, but parang hindi ako sang-ayon doon ako kunin yung percentage para ibigay sa mga senior citizen. Dahil pag nagbigay na tayo ng programa, isang resolution dapat tayo natin. Ipulong natin yung mapupunta sa senior citizen. Hindi kagad-agad na kunin natin ang tinawawala. Kailangan magpasa, sa labay ng solusyon, at continue yung pagbigay ng assistance sa mga senior citizen na hindi sakop doon sa social pensioner.
If I may just to add din po, Mr. Presiding Officer. Another manifestation, Mr. Chair. With regards to the proposal of Honorable Abdul requesting these funds amounting to 20 million to the Honorable Speaker, Faustino Boji III. Kung natatandaan po natin, recently ay umuwi si Speaker dito sa Isabela. Nagkaroon ng special meeting with all the municipal mayors, local officials in the province, at maaaring nakapagbigay po siya ng commitment with the mayors ng possibility na makapagbaba ng pondo provided may bigay po natin yung resolution on time. Maliban po sa mga fund na pwede ibaba ni Congressman, ni Speaker Boji III, ay maaari pa din po tayo makahingi din po ng ibang mga assistance, lalo na po sa FALGU, kung papayag agad, assistance sa local government units, kung saan pwede po natin i-allocate po. Just like what happened last time, nung nagbaba ng FALGU, ng assistance sa atin, ay naibigay po natin sa ating mga senior citizens. And those mga tawag dito, lahat po ng mga may sakit po natin mga kababayan, lahat ng mga may chronic illnesses, ay nabigyan po sila ng assistance mula po sa financial assistance to local government units ng DBM. So, hopefully, makahingi din po tayo. But for this purpose, alam ko specific din po yung hiningi ni Speaker Boji sa lahat ng mga mayors kung ano ang pwede niyo maibigay sa atin. Mr. Chair.
Alright. Mr. Abdul, ito ba mga items na to wala pa sa ating budget?
Wala pa po, Mr. President.
Kaya nang tayo na sagutin na lang ng national ito. Alright. Sige po, any motion po. Gusto niyo po may pasakay araw na ito, bossing, no? O, motion na po kayo at mapagbotohan na natin yung araw na ito. At nasa readings.
I move to suspend the internal resolution proceedings.
Meron po motion at second para i-suspend ang ating internal rules of procedure para to do away with three reading requirements and other related procedures para lamang may pasala po ang resolution na ito ngayong araw din na ito. Any objection? Wala po. Ang internal rules of procedure ay suspended in that regard. So sa lahat po na gusto ipasa itong resolution na ito, pasabi po ng ay. Ay. Na may ay o nay. Wala po. So na ayes ay panalo, pasalo po ang resolution na ito sa sanggunian ng Reyna Mercedes Isabel.
Thank you very much, Honorable Presiding Officer, and congratulations, Honorable Paolo Abdul, for a successful passage of ordinance requesting financial assistance to the good Speaker of the House, Honorable Boji TV. Moving on to our next business for the day with regards to accreditation, granting and approving the accreditation of civil society organizations in the municipality of Reyna Mercedes. I move that the Secretary be directed to read the list of CSOs who have undergone accreditation process mula po sa Sangguniang Bayan, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, please. Alright. Motion muna tayo na yung rules with respect sa ating nakapasang measure lamang.
Motion to leave the suspension of the rules, Mr. Chair.
Seconded, no objections. Carried.
Then to proceed with Mr. Presiding for the next order of business for the day, for the passage of the resolution granting the accreditation of the following: the Reyna Mercedes Partners Agriculture Cooperative or the RMPAC, then the accreditation of Kalipunan ng Living Pilipina or the Kalipi, the accreditation of Federation of Barangay Health Workers. Then the next is Federation of Solo Parents. Next is Reyna Mercedes Women's Association or the FMWA. And the next, Reyna Mercedes Private Resilient Village Association. And the next for approval, Federation of Persons with Disability. Then the next is the Federation of Barangay Nutrition Scholars. Then the last is the approval of Federation of Child Development Workers Association in the municipality of Reyna Mercedes. The Honorable Albino Kutapay, PDC Chairman of the CSO.
Okay, pwede po magandang umaga. Mr. Chair, I move to pass a resolution granting and approving the accreditation of Civil Society Organization of Municipality of Reyna Mercedes. So, meron na po accredited na CSO, Reyna Mercedes Farmers Agriculture Cooperative, number 1. Number 2, the Kalipunan ng Living Pilipina. Number 3 is a Federation of Barangay Health Worker. Number 4 is a Federation of Solo Parents. 5 is a Reyna Mercedes Women's Association. 6 is Reyna Mercedes Private Resilient Village Association. 7 is a Federation Person with Disabilities Association. Number 8 is Barangay Nutrition Scholar. Number 9 is a Federation of Child Development Workers. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Maaari niyo po makipaliwanag sa ating mga kababayan ano po yung practical use ng accreditation? Ano po may expect ng ating, ano po epekto nito sa buhay ng ating mga kababayan sa Reyna Mercedes?
Siguro po, Mr. Chair, pagka napunan itong resolution na ito, ay may malaki po ang tulong sa mga kababayan natin. Ito pong asosisyon na ginawa po ng ating Civil Service Society, Mr. Chair.
Alright. Bali Victoria, baka gusto mong i-augment kung ano yung dynamics ng participation ng mga organization na ito at ng ating local government.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. Being also a member of the Committee on Social Civil Society Organizations, malaking bagay po na mapabilang ang isang CSO, ay na ma-accredit ang isang CSO para magkaroon po sila ng seat sa ating mga local school board at councils sa Reyna Mercedes. Ibig sabihin po, magkakaroon po sila ng representation. Halimbawa po, ang grupo ng mga kababaihan ay makakakuha ng isang seat either sa Local Development Council o sa iba pang mga boards. At may paparating po nila dito ang kanilang advokasya, ang kanilang mga plano, maaaring mapakinggan at maging bahagi po sila mula sa pagpaplano at pag-i-implement ng mga programs ng LGUs, Mr. Chair.
Alright, maraming salamat po. Yun po, ang practical na use po ng accreditation ng mga non-government organizations na ito ay para magkaroon ng formal na boses ang mga sektor na kanilang nirepresenta sa ating local government. Pero totoo lang po mga kababayan, baka meron kayong gustong polisiya na magawa sa ating bayan o kung gusto ninyong makakuha ng pera, kausapin nyo lang si Mayor. Tapos kung minsan nakausapin niya yung mga members ng ating council at tayo yung mag-approve ng mga gustong gawin ni Mayor. Pero meron din isang paraan na nakalagay sa ating local government code na meron mga board na tinatawag kung saan parang sila yung bumubulong kay Mayor kung ano ang gustong gawin. Meron pong local school board, meron board para sa mga kababaihan, mga PWD, mga kabataan, sa edukasyon, sa peace and order. Isa rin po sila sa mga taong pwede ninyong lapitan para sa kanilang sarili-sariling board, may deliberate nila yung inyong interest at formally sa kanilang board na pupunuhan din po sila at yun din po ang gagawin ng polisiya ng ating bayan at yun din ang ipapresent actually dito sa ating council na ating iaada. Pero kung gusto niyo po ng shortcut, idiretso niyo na lang dito sa council. Pwede din. Magpasa na lang tayo ng ordinance at saka resolution. Pero mas shortcut, idiretso na lang kay Mayor kasi at the end of the day, siya may hawak ng pera. At yung mga polisiya at implementation, siya rin po yung last say. Pero at any rate, ang mga accreditation po ng mga organisasyon na ito, ang purpose po nito ay kumbaga pinapadami na yung mga tao na pwede ninyong kausapin dahil madaming mga body, maraming mga kinatawan at mga deliberasyon na nangyayari sa likod ng formal na session na ito, formal na committee hearings at formal na execution ng ating executive department. In other words, dumadami ang mga kaibigan ninyo na pwede ninyong lapitan formally i-advance ang inyong interest. Tama po? Yeah, and by the way, itong NGOs na ito ay pwede rin kapag sila ay accredited formally, yung kanilang credentials ay tumataas. Kumbaga, nare-recognize sila kapag nangihingi na sila ng budget mula sa iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno, ay mas madali silang bigyan ng pera mula sa ating local government, mula sa congressman, mga senator, o sa national government. Bahala kayo kung gusto niyo, kung sino ang gusto ninyo hingan ng pera. At ang criticism naman about sa organizations na ito, kung minsan hindi kasi sila na-audit ng maayos. So halimbawa, kapag formal na organization, na government organization, katulad ng national agencies, local governments, o national, o kahit na ahensya na formally ng ating gobyerno, ino-audit yan ng commission ng audit. Pero kapag non-government organization, ang required na ata ay external audit. So private ang nag-audit, hindi commission of audit. Kaya ang mga criticism dyan sa mga ibang jurisdiction at ibang bansa ay ginagawang paraan yan para ang funds ng government ay ibigay sa kanila at yun din ay kinikake back pabalik sa nagbigay ng funds sa kanila. At since hindi sila masyadong na-audit, mas madali ata kumikback doon. At ang sinasabi nilang example dito sa Pilipinas ay Napoles. Yun, mga NGO na gano'n, mas madali daw. Kesa sa makapwestusin mo through the national government, audit ka ng OWA, pero kapag NGO, diretso mo lang doon, hindi na audit ng OWA, external auditor lang, madali namang nakarin yun, mas madali ang kickback at mas madali na data. Anyway, yun lang naman ang criticism, alright? Kahit na anong mechanism proseso sa madaling pagsunod. Alright? Okay. O sige po. Any motion? O meron po motion na iset aside ang ating internal rules of proceedings para to do away with the 3 readings and other relevant provisions ng ating procedures para po mapagpuntuhan na ngayong araw na ipasa ang resolusyon para ma-acknowledge at ma-credit ang mga nasabing civil society organizations. Question lang po, doon po ba sa ating rules ng pag-accredit, dapat po ba embodied sa isang resolution o sa isang ordinance yung pag-accredit sa resolution? Resolution. Okay. Okay na po, proceed po tayo sa promoto. O may sasabihin pa si Mr. Kutabay? Wala. Alright po, sa lahat po ng gusto, ipasa na ang resolution na to, pasabi po, ay! Ay! Sa lahat na may ayaw, nay! Okay, wala pong nagsabi ng nay. Nakuha po ng mga ay ang boto, pumasa po ang nasabing resolution.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer, and congratulations, Honorable Albino Mundapay, ang Committee Chair on CSOs, sa pagpapahal ng 10 resolusyon ngayong araw para po i-accredit ang mga nabanggit na CSOs. And by the way po, as a reminder lang sa lahat ng mga accredited CSOs, 15 days mula po ngayong araw na to na kayo ay mabigyan ng accreditation. Ay papatawag po ng PILG para po sa process ng selection of representatives to the different bodies and councils in the municipality of Pedro Mercedes. Kung meron pa po gusto humabol ng mga CSOs, bilisan niyo po. Pag hindi pa daw po umaabot sa deadline, as recommended by Honorable Pao. Mr. Presiding Officer, we now proceed to the proposed ordinance for third reading. May I move that the Secretary be directed to read the measure.
Yes, Mr. Presiding, for the third and final reading regarding the proposed ordinance restricting youth access to vape and all forms of tobacco products, sponsored by the Honorable Salvador Ramos Molitor.
May I be recognized, Mr. Chair?
Right.
Una-una po, maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga members of the body na attended public hearing natin last Thursday po. Kung saan napag-usapan po kasama ang ating mga partner in the implementation and enforcement of this ordinance, ang ating mga barangay officials, kasama ang PNP and other stakeholders. At marami pong mga suggestion na maaaring i-include po sa ating ordinance para mas mapaganda po ito. And I made sure na na-include na po dito sa ating ordinance yung ibang mga prohibitions pa, determination of proof of age, and at the same time po yung ating penalties. Binabaan po natin ng konti yung ating mga pag-impose ng penalties, and at the same time yung proposal po na magdagdag ng isang provision for the collection and disposition of fines and penalties. And as requested po, suggested ng ilan sa mga punong barangays na sinasang-ayunan ng mga sangguniang bayan na kung maaari, Mr. Chair, ay sa mga concerned barangay kung saan ang violation ay nangyari, mapupunta sa kanilang pondo ang penalties na mapakolect po sa pag-violate ng isang ordinance. So I have included a provision, Mr. Chair, kung saan nagsasabi na sa collection and disposition of fines and penalties, magkakaroon po ng sharing ang LGU at ang barangay sa mga penalties or fines collected from violations of the ordinance, Mr. Chair. Unfortunately, Mr. Chair, hindi kung may propose na 100% ng penalty collected po sa barangay ay mapupunta sa barangay fund. Ang ginawa po natin dito ay magkaroon na lang ng sharing, and I have proposed that the sharing will be in this manner. 30% shall accrue to the general fund of the municipality and the 70% shall go to the barangay fund, Mr. Chair. As to the manner of collection, the 100% of the collection shall be remitted to the municipal treasurer's office, and si municipal treasurer's office na lang po ang mag-download ng fund sa barangay, Mr. Chair.
Meron po bang pahabol na amendment at katanungan mula sa ating mga miyembro? Kung wala na po, pagbubutuhan na po natin ito. Grabe.
Mr. Chair, this is just a clarification in by way of interpretation, Mr. Chair. Yung kung section 9, implementing agencies, yung paragraph 2, barangay officials shall assist in the apprehension, monitoring, and reporting violations. Ang ibig sabihin po ba nito ay ano pang ibig sabihin dito, Mr. Proponent? Yung salitang assist.
Una-una po, automatically mandated po ang barangay officials na mag-enforce ng ating ordinance. And in the case kung saan magkaroon ng operation ang halimbawa ang Philippine National Police or ang Municipal Health Office o kung sino man yung nabanggit sa under paragraph A, kailangan po mag-assist ang barangay officials po in the conduct of enforcement of these ordinances. Ibig sabihin po magkakaroon ng coordination ang LGU and national agencies na mag-enforce nito with the barangay officials.
Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang po muna sana liwanag ito. Ibig ko ba sabihin ang hindi pwede ng mga barangay officials na direkta na mag-apprehend o sitahin itong mga violators natin.
Come again, Honorable Glabay.
Ang ibig kong sabihin, hindi po ba itong section 9, paragraph 2 ay nagsasabi po ba ito na by assistance lang at gagawin ng barangay officials, hindi silang pwedeng direktang maghuli o magsita sa mga violators ng ordinance ito.
Not necessarily, Mr. Glabay. Una-una, technically, when we enforce an ordinance, our barangay officials are always our partners in the enforcement of such ordinance. Walang nagsasabi na hindi sila pwedeng manghuli.
Kaya nga po, Mr. Chair, baka gusto ni Mr. Proponent na barangay officials ay pwede rin direkta mismo sila ang manghuli na hindi na po kailangan yung mga MHO, PNP mismo sa kanila mismo, nakita nila sa kanilang barangay ay pwede na po nilang sitahin o kulihin itong mga nagbabayolate ng ordinansa nito.
That's exactly the point. Ibig sabihin ito, pag nagpapasa tayo ng ordinance sa Honorable Glabay, is that automatically partners talaga natin ang mga barangay officials sa enforcement ng mga ganito. And dito kasi sa ating ordinance and in all other ordinances, hindi lang tungkol sa panghuhuli ang mga ini-implement po natin. There are other provisions na nagsasabi ng mga aktibidades. Like the IGC, that's why ini-include po natin ang MHO, the DSWD, dahil lahat po sila may mga roles and responsibilities pagdating sa ordinance na ito.
Yun na po, Mr. Chair.
Alright, pinansin mo po yung point. Ayaw mo mag-provide ng amendment. Okay. Ang personal opinion ko po ay okay lang naman po yung provision na ito. Kasi kung nandiyan nila, kahit ang private citizen pwede mag-apprehend. Kahit sino pwede mag-apprehend. Basta nakikita mo, may magagawa, may ginagawa, o meron kagagawa lamang. basta the provision is not so worded as to exclude other possible persons na ma-apprehend. Halimbawa, kapag sinabi ng provision na shall only be by these people. So, ibig sabihin, exclude niya yung iba. Hindi pwede. O kapag sabihin niya na ganyan, shall assist, okay, included na yun. Lahat naman pwede. Hindi naman niya in-exclude ang ibang mga tao. Kung baga sigurista lang siya, makulit lang siya. Dahil na kasama niyo yung mga phrase na monitoring and reporting violations. Okay na po. May katanungan pa at may pahabol na amendment? Wala na po. Since ito po ay pangatlong pagbasa, pagboboto na po natin ang pagbasa ng ordinansang ito. Lahat ng sumusuporta sa pagbasa ng nasabing ordinansa, pakisabi ay!
Ay!
Lahat ng may ayaw, nay! Walang may ayaw, nanalo po ang mga ay! Ang ordinansa po ito ay pagbasa.
Thank you so much, Honorable Presiding Officer, and congratulations, please. Congratulations to Ms. August Body for your participation. And with this po, nananawagan po ako sa lahat po ng ating mga stakeholders na makipagtulungan po sa atin to ensure po na lahat ng ating mga kabataan, ating mga minors will be protected from the harm brought about by the consumption of nicotine at paninigarilyo at sa ilang pang mga bisyo. And with this, Mr. Chair, I would just like to, for the other matters, Mr. Chair, alam ko po, the Office of the Sangguniang Bayan received a letter of complaint from a private individual with regards to apologies po, wala po siya sa ating business for the day.
Okay lang po, kapag regular session po, pwede po mag-introduce ng kahit anong business. Kahit, unless may mag-object sa mga tao natin, kasi nasa internal rules natin na advance po dapat sabihin yung agenda na gusto mong itakil dito. Pero at any rate, kung barring the internal rules of procedure, kahit ano po, ay pwedeng talakayin dito. Basta regular session. Pag special session, dapat naka-notice yung mga agenda kasi nga po, baka hindi mag-attend yung mga tao, hindi nila alam kung anong agenda yung tatalakayin. Pero since regular session to, lahat po ay expected na pumunta, kaya kahit ano po, ay pwede natin talakayin ngayong araw.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I move that the Secretary be directed to read po yung natanggap na administrative complaint mula po isang complainant mula po sa bayan ng Kawayan City against an elected official of Barangay Danay, Mercedes Isabela.
Yes, Mr. Presiding. There is a complaint came from certain Tomasina Uy, represented by Veronica DC Uy. Complainant, administrative complaint na makakaroon mo ng lalaki number against or versus Pulong Barangay Henry D. Respicio of Barangay Ganan, Mercedes Isabela. Ito po yung ano niya, verified administrative complaint. Ito po yung content niya, we have number of copies, attached. The Office of the Secretary has already prepared for send message the concern Barangay Captain 93 for the appearance for the next meeting, committee meeting. Anong date
think i-hear natin yan as a whole body. Nakalagay po sa ating rules at sa local government code. Pagkatanggap natin ng verified complaint, na-file po dito sa atin, nagpadala na po ang ating secretary ng notice na sumagot yung respondent within 15 days. And pagkatapos po nun, magigilan po tayo para impeachment trial. Parang ganun, parang kapag yung impeachment trial dati ni ERAP, ni CJ Corona, ganun po buong body. Tapos may presiding officer sa gitna. Siguro, para mas magandang panoorin, hingin na sasabihan ko kapag nakasagot na yung respondent na magbigay ng open arguments yung complainant, open argument yung respondent, tapos bawat miyembro pwede magtanong para impeachment trial. Tapos isang witness din. Tapos ganoon din, parang trial po, may abogados sila at may abogado yung kalaban. Tapos pwede magtanong yung para member ng council. Tapos pagdating sa huli, ibang pagbobotohan din natin yung boto natin kung ano ang gusto nating parusahan. Or kung i-acquit ba natin. Tapos, pwede nyo rin gawing speech yun, kada member. Mag-i-speech din kayo, tapos i-explain nyo yung boto ninyo. Alright, so yun po ang mangyayari. Ina-expect ko po na ano po ang gusto natin gawin. Since ito ay labas sa ating legislative na trabaho, hindi po ito pasok sa Monday na session day natin. Pwede po natin gamitin yung Wednesday, Thursday na committee days, or pwede rin natin gamitin yung Thursday, Friday. Ay Tuesday, Friday. Nasa atin po yun. So siguro sa pre-trial, mag-usap na lang tayo. Ibig sabihin kapag sumagot na yung respondent, mag-usapan na lang natin yung mga dates. Pwede yung sinusunod, araw-araw, o depende sa sipag natin. Patatanggalin natin yung hindi. Pwede rin maghapon, oras. Alright? Any comment from the body po? So, ina-expect po natin yung complainant at saka yung respondent na meron silang kanyang abogado. Dahil sila po mostly ang mag-a-advocate ng kanilang mga interests. At tayo po bilang council ay judge lamang. Meron pa ba tayong pag-usapan?
Yes, Mr. President, meron pa nga, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Regarding yung yung programa mamayang hapon, 1:30 p.m., NFP Ugnayan Palay Procurement Program. September 29, 1:30 p.m. at the Municipal Function Hall. Ito, all student here. 1:30.
Ano po pag-usapan natin dyan tungkol sa 9 pesos na pwede ng bigas? Parang yun eh. Yun lang naman alam issue sa bigas ngayon. Alam na tayo dyan. Ano ba talaga ba? Bakit kapag yes, may malapit na sa 20, ayaw natin. Kapag sobrang taas na 20, ayaw pa rin natin. Ano ba talaga ang gusto natin? Pero you cannot have it all, di ba? Saan mo kukunin yung pera? Hindi naman pwedeng sabay na mababa yung presyo ng palay para sa consumer, pero mataas po pinwede na yung palay ng produkto mo.
Kaya yung na-approve na yung effect ng Mr. yung mga president, yung evidence for kilo, inahabol po yun. Kaya mababa yung pinitila ng palay kasi affected. This is naging affected talaga ng mga farmers.
Dito sa Rina Mercedes, anong mas gusto natin? Yung interest ng mga farmers o yung interest ng mga consumers?
Mahirap naman na Mr. kung ibigay natin sa consumer ang interest dahil partner din kami. Hindi namin kayang balansin ngayon yung sitwasyon at presyo. Ang produkto namin.
Sige po. Alright, yun yung maganda. Yun talaga yung mahirap na trabaho ng mga politiko at mga leaders ng mga kababayan dahil maraming nagko-compete ang mga interes. At nasa sa atin itong naging interes at susundin natin.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Baraka, regarding po sa appointment nila Miss Kabunaran and Diaz, kasi sabi nila sa akin baka daw leave na nila yung preso natin regarding their information. So I move for committee hearing.
Kailan po?
Meron po ba tayo na schedule na other committee hearing? This
Kung
week?
gusto mag-priority, muna yan. Sunod natin yung budget.
Wednesday. By Wednesday, Mr. Chair, para morning.
Thursday daw. Ako na lang mag-
Thursday the whole day, yung set na yung hearing. Ay, pati yung committee ng appointment. First, siya yung una yun. Okay, sige. Meron na pala, Mr. Chair. Thank you. Sige po.
Meron pa natin, meron sa Mr. President.
Meron pa po?
Kasi nag-agree kayo nung last session na every first month, every month, nagpapalaro kayo. Kasi para tatawag ako ng yun, para mag-completo na natin yung natin dyan. So, kailangan na kayo ng testing yun na Sleep na lang siguro.
Okay lang.
Kasi, Mr. Secretary, hindi mo dito, hindi naman nagawa yung dito.
Pero maganda lang kayo ng guest, para yung magpapagupit na para natawag ako ng gamit naman.
Lahat kami, Mr. Secretary,
Nagpagupit na.
Lahat para
Be advised, especially Mr. Albino, kung kapay, meron kang panahon na huwag mo nang magbilad ng araw para makakasama yung buhay mo doon sa portrait na yan.
July of 2019.
Hindi. Ayun yung mic ko.
Kung wala na pong bagay, mag-motion na po tayo ng mga adjourn.
Right, Mr. Presiding Officer, members, I move that we adjourn until October 6 at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Alright, ang regular session na to ngayong araw na ito ay adjourned po. No objections? Wala po. Adjourned!